All right, social media has been buzzing over the weekend after it was reported that Usher and Chris Brown got into a physical altercation at Chris's skate party in Las Vegas. TMZ has it on video. Now, sources are saying that Chris originally got into a verbal altercation with Teyana Taylor for unknown reasons, and Usher stepped in to intervene. Chris and Usher went on to perform the next day at Usher's Lovers and Friends music festival. Chris also, they said, got into another verbal altercation backstage at Usher's Lovers and Friends festival. Let's go to the singer first. Selena, what are your thoughts on this story? What do you think?
Oh God. It's not giving enough information for me. It's just a bunch of vocal videos. And for all I know, they could be talking, I don't know what they could be saying. So I really don't have nothing to say. I haven't seen Chris Brown. I mean, lately he hasn't been acting up. So it's odd that he's just turning up. I've heard so many different stories about, why he was mad at Teyana Taylor. Someone said that, she didn't show up for a video for the American Music Awards. So he was mad at her for that. And he went, so it's just a zillion stories. So it's hard for me to speculate. I don't really know, Claudia. I'm just gonna keep it gangster with y'all. Y'all do the turning up on this one because it's not enough information for me to try to,
I feel the same way. I feel the same way. When I saw it, I know how that could be where you see something that's in silent, but the passion is there. You know what I mean? Right. The movement is there because people speak like Vivica. No. You're like, well, what the? And then it's like, what's going on? So I concur with Selena. It's not enough there for me to comment on.
Vivica, what do you think?
In it. I wasn't even in Vegas. I did hear a little. No, I do speak passionately when I'm pissed off. Now,
who you telling?
I will not lie about that. You will know when I'm feeling a little hot under the collar. But I did hear a little bit of video and heard a couple of FUs, F her, and things of this nature. I did.
Okay.
So this is all I want to say. I hate to hear that when we all get together, we can't get along. Because usually then what happens is that then gunfire and things like that happen and people easily lose their lives or get injured. So I want us to, when we have events where everyone can start, ain't y'all happy to go back out again?
Right.
Oh my God. Ain't y'all happy that COVID is pretty much over? You ain't having to test all the damn time. How come we just can't all get together and have a good old show and everybody get along and it doesn't lead to violence or bad reputations that when we all get together, we can't get along with each other? Please, y'all, young men, young women, don't forget that sometimes people, they just looking for a reason to pull out a gun and to shoot. We lost Takeoff behind us getting together and somebody lost their lives. Lost their life, which to this day, I still feel deeply. So let's just learn that when we get together, if you ain't got something to say nice, go the other way.
Right.
Go the other way. Grow up. It ain't always got to be when we get together, we can't have a good time. So that's how I feel about the situation, because I really think that Usher, the Lovers and Friends concert that he wanted to have was for everybody to have a good time. The birthday party that he threw was for us to have a good time. Let's be respectful of that.
I'm going to say this, and this is going to be hard. I got to choose my words carefully because I know Chris Brown's fan base is very loyal. And I think that's a good and a bad thing because I think he doesn't often get held accountable because we love him so much and because he's so talented. So a lot of times we make excuses for him. He's been in trouble. He's emotional. We know this. Let's not act like we don't all know this because we do know this. And it's unfortunate because the man is on the level of the MJs of the world and the Beyoncés. If you talk about performance and talents, I just think he's super talented and sometimes he gets in his own way. So tough love to you, Chris. I think you're the shit as an artist. I really, really do. But I hate that we talk about these other things and not about how good you are and say, you killed it. You are amazing. And Teyana Taylor is a woman. She's a fellow queen. You don't need to be screaming on her. We did hear on the video him saying F her.
Oh, wow.
I did hear that. And I did hear it did happen, but everyone's being quiet and they asked both teams to not release any footage because they want this to go away. And I want it to go away too, but I think babying Chris Brown is not the answer. And I think he's been babied a lot by the Black community. Some people feel very harshly about him. And a lot of people are like, nah, man, but be honest, it's everyone else's fault except his. Sometimes it's his fault. And it's okay. But it's okay for, let me real quick. It's okay for it to be his fault sometimes, but he needs someone to pull him aside, maybe an Usher, because I think they squashed it, and be like, bruh, don't mess up your own ticket here, because you are dope.
I don't think we were, well, I don't know if you were saying we were.
I'm not saying you, I mean society.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I just didn't hear any of that. But since what you and Vivica said, you did hear him saying that. Now, come on, Chris. You know, she's a married woman. Do you know her husband is Iman Shumpert? Did you know that he from Chicago? I'm just saying, like, you probably should chill. You got to sit. Maybe these people are not thinking before they react. And that's probably part of the problem.
What we're going to say, Lisa?
Why you gotta chill? Why you gotta chill? What if he felt just like what he said? F her. What if he felt like that? And he's saying that to his friend. What I don't like about it is that every time we bring up his name, not us, but every time his name is brought up, that he always get automatically blamed because he is that way. We know him to be that. So it gotta be him. That's what I don't like when people have that kind of stigma, because I got that. It's quick for you to think that, oh, well, Lisa Ray would have did that, or Lisa Ray said that. And I don't like that, because that very next time it could have been very different, but you blame me because of my past.
But if you have 2 incidents in one weekend, like, again, we're playing, like, come on. If I have 2 incidents in one weekend, I go, come on, y'all judge me for something I did 8 years ago, but I did 2 of those things this weekend that were both caught on audio.
What 2 things? What was the one
there
thing?
There was 2 arguments that were caught on video where he was like out of pocket. I'm just saying, you're right. There could be more to it, and there usually is, right? But when and also when you know, like, because you know that someone says that stuff about you, or someone says stuff about me, or Vivica, Selena, we have to be extra careful to not give anyone anything. Like, because they'd be like, look, there she is. You may be in the total right about something, but you're going to get blamed because of your past. And that's just the way life is. We can't change that. You know what I mean? Like, it's unfortunate that he's going to be, we're always going to look at him through that lens, but it's on him to also change the narrative. Like, we got to see him not react like that. We got to see him be like, you know what? Let me count to 10. Because Usher don't never beef with nobody.
Yeah, he's
an Usher.
Sometimes you can do that, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes you get, somebody get up under your collar, and you got to go around to them real quick just to remind them that they shouldn't, couldn't, and wouldn't.
That's what he did. He went round.
I would just like to say this. It's about maturity and choices. When you find yourself, if you know you're going to be high strung, take measures so that you don't put yourself in situations for stuff to jump off or to pop off, period. That means having security. If you know it's going to be a lot of people there, everyone's drinking, have a good time, take precautions to protect your peace at all costs.
And real quick, I know we have to go to break. I will say this, that second thing that was on camera really wasn't him fighting anyone. It was actually him defending and being protective over his kid being backstage. So I'm gonna clear shit up when I feel like I can. But I'm just saying, because of the other incident, it's very easy for people to say, look, another thing.
And that was my point. Exactly.
But that's on us. Like, if you didn't have the first one, the second one wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, we have to sometimes, let me chill.